Hi, hello, welcome to another lesson. We're going to be talking about how to actually solve right triangles now using the things we've learned about trigonometric ratios and all that great fun stuff. All right, let's get started. Okay, so during this lesson, you're going to learn how to find the missing sides of right triangles using trigonometric ratios as well as using the Pythagorean theorem. All right, let's do some vocabulary. The Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a and b are the two shorter lines or shorter sides in a triangle, and c is my hypotenuse. My angle of elevation is the angle created from a horizontal line and the line above it. My angle of depression is the angle created from a horizontal line and a line below it, so if I create that line below it. Okay, so solving missing parts of right triangles. So you can use sine, cosine, and tangent to solve any aspect of a right triangle if you're given either of the following two pieces of a triangle: a side and an acute angle, and also two sides. Okay, so if I'm given a side and an acute angle, it asks me to find side A. So side A is always going to be across from angle A, so like this would be side A right here. All right. So what I'm going to do when I first go about doing this is I'm actually going to define my sides. So if this is my angle right here, I have my side opposite that angle, and I have my hypotenuse. And then I can go back and think, okay, so, All right, opposite and hypotenuse, oh, that's my sine. So I can say the sine of 34.7 is equal to side A divided by 13. Okay, well, I'll need to find that missing side A, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both sides by 13. And I get 13 sine of 34.7 degrees. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find what that actually is in the calculator. So I'm going to pull up my calculator app here. Okay, and so we're looking for 13 sine of 34.7. So we have 13 sine 34.7 degrees, and hopefully I am in degree mode and not radian. We'll find out really quick. 7.4, that's definitely a radian number. So we need to go to settings. Oh, I am in, my angle is in degrees. Oh no, that's a side, so that makes sense. Okay, 7.4. Okay, so we know that A is equal to 7.4 units long. Okay, we're in degrees. Perfect. Okay, now I want you to try. All right, so I have my angle. I'm looking for side A here, so that's my, let's define our side. So I have my adjacent. The other side that I know is my side opposite. All right, so I have opposite and adjacent. Well, that's going to be my tangent. So I'm going to say the tangent 30 degrees is equal to my opposite side divided by my adjacent side. Alright, well I can't do anything with that A. It's in the denominator of my fraction there. So I'm going to have to do a couple steps. I'm going to have to first multiply by A. That gets me A tangent of 30 equals 7. Then I can divide by the tangent of 30 on each side. Okay, so that gives me A, those cancel out, equals 7 divided by the tangent of 30. We're going to pull up the calculator again. We're going to say 7 divided by the tangent of 30 degrees equals 7 squared root of 3. We want to find the approximate answer to that. 12.1 2. So I'd say A equals 12 point, what was it, 12? 12.12. There's my answer. Now what if two sides are given and I want to find this missing angle? So I'm looking for angle A, so I'm looking for this angle right here. Same thing, I'm going to identify the sides I know in relationship to that angle. I have my hypotenuse and I have my adjacent side. So SOHCAHTOA, adjacent and hypotenuse, cosine. Okay. So I'm going to say the cosine of A equals my adjacent 12 over my hypotenuse 13. So what we're going to do is I want to find this angle right here. So I need to get rid of that cosine part. So what I'm going to do is I can take the cosine inverse. When you see this cosine raised to the -1, it's not like when we were talking about our exponent rules and that flips it. In this case, it means inverse of 12 divided by 13, and that's going to equal angle A. And so this is purely just a calculator problem. So when you come here, above your calculator, you're going to have like a different color. You'll have like a second or the shift key or something to get to this cosine inverse. And then I believe it's 12 over 13. Let's say 12 divided by 13. There's my ratio. I want to get what the approximation is, 22.62 degrees. So we say A is 22.62 degrees. I'm pretty sure that's what that was. Yep. That's as simple as this to find that angle. Okay. Grandma Vicky and Grandpa Charlie are cleaning out the gutters of their house. Grandpa Charlie leans a 20-foot ladder up against the house, which reaches 12 feet up the side of the house. How far away from the house is the base of the ladder? Okay, so I want you to draw a picture here. So I have my house here. Okay, I have a ladder, and I'm asking, what is this distance? Okay, so I know it reaches 12 feet up the side of the house, so I have 12 here. I know that it's a 20-foot ladder. Okay, so Pythagorean theorem, I have 12 squared plus x squared equals 20 squared. So I have 144 plus x squared equals 400. Okay, 20 times 20, 400, yep. Okay, so now we're just going to solve this. I'm going to subtract 144. And I get x squared equals, let's see, 256. Okay, now we take the square root of 256. So I'm going to use a calculator for that. Square root 256, 16. So I took the square root, both of that, so I know that x equals plus or minus the square root, or plus or minus, we already know what that is, plus or minus 16. But since we know we're talking about distance, I can't have negative distance, so we say it's only that positive 16. Alright, so angle of elevation. The angle of elevation of the sun is 35 degrees from the ground. A building is 80 meters tall. How long is the shadow cast by the building? Okay. So we have a building. We have the sun. And I have this angle of elevation. So the angle of elevation is this angle right here, which is going to be 35 degrees. We know this is 80 meters tall. And it wants to know how long is this shadow. Okay, so just like before, I'm going to say, what do I have? I have my side adjacent and I have my side opposite. So then we go back to SOHCAHTOA. Opposite and adjacent is tangent, so I'm going to say the tangent, 35 degrees, equals my opposite side divided by my adjacent. Going to multiply both sides by x. So I get x tangent 35 equals 80. Then we're going to divide by the tangent of 35. And I get x, those cancel out, equals 80 divided by the tangent of 35, which means x equals, so 80 divided by the tangent of 35, 80 divided by the tangent, 35, approximation, 114.25. 114.25. Say meters. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, please come and ask questions. Have a great day, and we'll catch you next time.